Yo, what's going on, people? About to go inside the gym, get a little workout in. Um, I don't like just having my car run and I have the air on. My air works just fine, but I read your comments on here. Some are funny, some are like a little weird. Some have nothing to do with the video at all. But I know I don't block anybody on here. I originally had my comment section disabled, but the thing is, when I study and read my notes, I can't have my video playing so I can hear myself talk, because when you have the comments disabled, it won't play as you are doing something else on your phone. So that's why I leave the comment section. That's another reason why I leave it open. But you know, it's just that there ain't nothing on here I haven't heard before, and I'm comfortable in my own skin, so anything you gotta say doesn't really bother me. Well, does not bother me for a lot of reasons. If I'm comfortable showing my face on camera, it's a lot of times I don't, for a lot of reasons. When I'm just a little tired, I may just pop on the camera and just talk into the phone, but I'm comfortable in my skin. I don't hate myself, you know. It ain't nothing you can really say that'll get under my skin. But you got people that leave comments on videos they claim not to like, and I don't understand that at all. But the point of this video, and I'm not sure what I'm going to title it, I may call it my morals are going down the drain day by day. I may title it just like that. But yeah, my morals are going down the drain. And they're going down the drain because, if you didn't know, for the past 2 years now, I have been exposed, turned out by the world, society that we live in. I'm not a 26 no more that had the mindset of like a fucking kid. I'm an adult. And when you see the realities of just the world, you don't really, you're not happy all the time. Somebody said, they were like, I could tell this guy's really unhappy. You damn right. It's not that I'm unhappy with my life. I'm not unhappy with my life at all, believe it or not. Having a job, trying to aim for something higher is good enough for me. It's the fuckery that goes on in this world that makes me depressed, that makes me unhappy. The fuckery that I have no power to change, and no one will help me change that power. They'll just tell me that I need to get over it, that's just life. But if we all had that mindset towards slavery or civil rights or the Holocaust or any other tragedy that has happened in this world, if we all had that mindset, it would just persist and continue. Blacks will still be enslaved if we just were to say, fuck it, you know, it ain't our problem. Fuck them niggas, you know. Or when slavery ended and the mistreatment that went on, and people just said, it ain't our problem, fuck them niggas. Like, if we had that mindset, things would not change. And I'm depressed and sad because I have family who know these things go on, and they themselves don't even seem like they want to get involved. I'm not really going to name any names, but what I'm talking about specifically is everything I experienced last year. The nursing home, with the hospital. And sometimes, let me tell you this, doing work, this is how much that accident messed me up. Doing work, I need to hear like an interview, a podcast, or somebody just talking about a story so I can work. Because I don't fuck with nobody in there. And when you don't talk, like I could talk if I trusted people, but you're not supposed to talk with your competition. But when you're in there working, it's like the day goes by a lot slower whenever you're not listening to something. So here's the thing. I don't want to be seen with my phone, and I can't watch anything like a cartoon, because you need to look at the phone to see what's going on. And with all that light in there, it makes me more tired to look at my phone while I'm watching it. So the documentaries, some documentaries, interviews, and people's stories, they help me get through the day a lot faster, because I don't need to look at my phone for that, because their words are more powerful than the image or the video. And as of lately, this week, I've been listening to 1090 Jake. Before he did all the exposing of rappers, he actually had some good content. He was exposing the corruption that goes on in the Florida correctional, the Department of the Corrections in Florida. Before that was mostly what his channel comprised of. I watched 1090 Jake, Banky Pound. I listened to TTE 90s. Mostly it's prison stories, because here's the thing. You don't really need to look at your phone to hear someone talking about their prison experience. That's what draws me to that. But I listen to these guys talk and give their perspective on everything. I listen to these guys, and it bothers me that this stuff goes on. Every day somebody's suffering, somebody's being abused, mistreated, starved, and any form of abuse you can think of. That shit goes on. And I don't know if it's just the OCD, but yes, it fucks with me. And it should fuck with you too, because it could happen to you. Because we're not always in control of how our lives turn out. Sometimes things just happen to people, and you don't really care about an issue until it starts affecting you. And I'm gonna say this again. What makes me very sad and depressed is knowing the fuckery that goes on in nursing homes, prisons, hospitals, jails. The fuckery that goes on in schools. Practically all forms of injustice bother me. Police brutality. The mistreatment of elderly people. I'll stop talking about it when it stops happening. Because I know a lot of y'all are probably saying, why are you worried about something that's not even affecting you? You need to just worry about yourself. Well, if everybody had that mindset, then they should have applied that same logic when the Ku Klux Klan were burning up churches, when they were hanging black people in the South. They should have just said, that don't have nothing to do with white people. Fuck them niggas. Let's just watch this movie. Are we going to go and see Going with the Wind at the theater or what? I don't care about this shit. Like, if we all had that same mindset, every form of injustice that goes on in this country would have just persisted. It would have just kept on going, because everybody was just like, you know what? It don't got nothing to do with us. You know, slavery. I mean, somebody's got to pick this cotton. But let me explain why my morals are going out the window. I already told you, as of now, I'm very, like, you see my hat I have on, right? I tell people, and I got this hat last year. I may get another one soon. But I tell people that I'm just a fan of red. That's all. Because I try not to really wear it, because that's what brings up conversation. Because if you didn't know, it's a lot of people from Philadelphia. Well, excuse me. It's a lot of people from Pennsylvania down here. I don't want to say Philly, because a lot of these people who claim to be from Philadelphia, they have never stepped foot in West Philly, Southwest. They're from a little town, or 13 minutes, or Jersey. They're from another side of Pennsylvania, and they'll claim Philadelphia. But I don't even like talking anymore. I don't like talking, because it's just that this sounds fucked up, but when I found out just how fucked up society is, I just always ask myself, the person that I work with, person I talk to, person I may eat with, my manager, what have they done to people that it'll make you sick to your fucking stomach if you heard they did this. Like when I don't work around people that have been to jail. I don't. Because you got to do a background check and they drug test you and all that shit. But if I did, those are the only people that I wouldn't fuck with. And let me tell you why. I just told you how jails are, it's a lot of fucked up shit that goes on in jail. But I don't know what side of the fence did they play when they were in jail. Were they raping people? Were they stabbing people? Were they, if you were a correctional officer, what were you doing to the inmates? These are the questions that I ask. And I always ask myself, like, people that are just out and about, people who may want to strike a conversation with me, I always ask myself, what kind of person is the person I'm talking to right now? Like, what have they done to people in life? And if you found out the stuff they did, it'll make you just sick to your fucking stomach. Like, I just always ask myself, what have you done in life? But my morals, try to get to the point of the video, my morals are going down the drain because this is how bad it's getting. I view injustice that goes on and people remain silent about it. I hear it, and I don't really see a point. And here's when I say my morals. So I once believed that we should love. So this is 4 years ago. I once believed that we all should love everybody, love our enemies. That's going away. I once believed that color doesn't matter. That color didn't matter. That was a belief of mine. Racism doesn't exist. It obviously does, and color does matter, whether you want to believe it or not. Color is the most important thing in this world. It's more important than drinking water. It's more important than taking a shower. That's how important color is. But that's something I don't subscribe to anymore. I don't subscribe to the whole Jesse D. Peterson of logic of racism doesn't exist. It's just either good or bad, evil, wrong. All that's some bullshit. That's some YouTube conservative bullshit that you hear from people that make a living off of saying this kind of shit. They don't work a job in the real world like myself. But you know, I told you, tribe matters, color matters. We're all not brothers and sisters of the Lord. That's some bullshit. And this is how bad things are getting. I'm almost advocating. That's why I said I'm not no role model. I'm at the point where, not that I would do this, but I have this video on my channel where this dude, I was working at a Denny's, and you can watch the video. This dude, before I grew up here, it was this guy who punked the shit out of me. He cursed at me during the video because he was just talking a bunch of bullshit. He was talking about how he got hooked on opioids and how he sells drugs, and he was blaming it on the white man and white supremacy. And I was just telling him that at the time, I will say I agree with him now, but at the time he was just blaming everything on the white man. And I was telling him that you have the choice of putting that pipe down or smoking it or slinging it on the street. I was telling him that, he didn't want to hear it, and he was cursing at me the whole time. It's funny looking back. Now, if I was in his proximity like today, he wouldn't talk to me that kind of way. Honestly, I would beat his fucking ass if he ever used that kind of tone with me today. But I'm almost at the point where I can understand why people drink. Not that I would do it. I can't medically drink. But I see why people smoke crack. I see why people shoot up drugs in their veins and they snort substances and they drink all kinds of liquors and alcohols. I get it now, because this the world we live in is fucked up. It's very fucked up. So I understand 100%, but it's like I'm almost throwing that whole conviction I had of stay strong. Like, I want you to stay strong, but can you really, with all this shit that goes on, all the injustice that goes on, and no one is trying to fight it with you, can you really stay strong knowing all this stuff goes on? It messes with you mentally, man. It does. It's like if you had a child and your child was locked up and he was being abused every day. Can you really function in society knowing all this stuff goes on? There's not a damn thing you can do about it. I can understand why people, they self-medicate with drugs. I understand. And just based on everything, if I could medically, maybe that would be me, because it's just so much stuff, man. Mostly the two things I named about the nursing homes and the jails and the prisons, that fucks with me a lot. And it fucks with me knowing the people that work in these environments, the stuff that goes on. And that's the point I'm trying to make too. I'm sorry this video is pretty long, but why my morals are going out the door is because this whole thing of karma, I believe in it. I do. But where is the karma for these motherfuckers? Where's the karma for people that are being abused, that are abusing people in jail, nursing homes, just stuff I experienced? Where's their karma at? Where's their comeuppance? Why aren't they feeling the wrath of the fuck shit they do? All the corruption that goes on in this world, where is their karma? Slavery went on for 400 years. People had to just decide that, hey, we can't have this going on. It's not that the slave master just dropped dead mysteriously. No, the president had to end that shit. He barely wanted to do that. He really didn't want to end it at all. He just wanted the country to stay together. If you know the history, but Abraham Lincoln really didn't give a fuck about slaves. He really didn't. There's a lot of stories about him being more racist than they portray him as a hero. He was actually really racist. They even say that Abraham Lincoln may have been black himself. I saw this picture of him on YouTube. They were claiming he was actually darker, and he is on the penny. But I'm gonna do another part to this.